I was called as Miss Ever Belena, or I got the award as Miss Ever Belena. But I really considered that as just a motivation and inspiration to do better and be better in a competition. But I believe that it is not a determination. It will not determine that I'm going to get one of the Binibining Pilipinas crowns. It still depends on me if I'm going to perform on the finals night. But of course, I'm just so grateful for the owners of Ever Belena because they saw my potential. When I called, I didn't think about, oh girl, you're the most beautiful in the eyes of the owners. No, I didn't think of that. I just thought of, okay, at least they saw your potential and that they believed in you and you're now the new ambassadress of their item or of their business. Oo nga, blessing na yun, no? Monthly, may Ever Belena products. Thank you!
Hi Chelsea, I'm Jetson Cappuccino with Sashes and Skirts, and I want to ask kasi I mentioned earlier that you're a pageant veteran, and with being a pageant veteran, there is actually a downside to it. A lot of people are expecting that pageant veterans are a bit too much square, a bit too aral or too trained in robotics. So how would you, how would you want to change yung ganung perception and show your authentic self?
I think I'm showing it right now that the authentic Chelsea Fernandez, and definitely I'm going to continue it until the coronation night, and not even until coronation night, the rest of my life for sure. Well, I think I saw earlier a comment, sabi, masyado namang overhyped. Sabi ganon. So I was actually hurt because of that comment, but I just didn't mind it because that is not actually true. I know that a lot of people are looking up to all of the pageant veterans, and we are actually doing our best to win one of the crowns in Binibining, Pilipinas. So yun, Nasser, I think I will just continue by showing my true and authentic self.
Follow-up question to that, no? This year, the batch of the newbies, the pageant veterans, and the returnees, the repeaters, are on equal footing. They're all equally gorgeous. They're all equally wow for the crown. My question is, how would you position yourself, and how would you make sure that hindi ka makalimutan ng mga pageant media? Because in a lineup of 40, as you said earlier, you are painfully shy. So how would you marry those two different facts that you need to put yourself out there for the pageant media, for you to, makipagsabayan dun sa mga co-candidates mo, and at the same time, be authentically true to yourself that you still have to be more, out there peer-wise?
Well, one thing that I really love about myself is that I know how to switch on and off myself. So if it is a competition, nagbibida-bida po talaga ako. So I think that is also one of my characteristics or my power in pageantry, that despite of 39 beautiful or equally beautiful Binibini, I know that I'm going to stand out. Because hindi naman po sa pagbabayabang, but I think I really have that different aura from the rest.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Unicorn.
Hi Chelsea, good afternoon. Francois from Pageant Veteran. Ayun Chelsea, so aside from having so many titles under your belt, so you still have a role as a national director. So it seems like you have so much on your plate. So you have so much pressure on your plate rather. So how do you handle all these pressures?
Well, at least as of now, Miss Fit Philippines is not, I think, happening this month. Maybe, I think in September pa. So at least nabawasan yung responsibilities ko in life. But I'm not sure if Sir Paul will still appoint me as the National Director of Miss Fit. Baka Miss Bikini Philippines na. Joke lang, Sir Paul. But yes, I also know how to handle things. I know how to portion my time. I actually love putting my schedule on a notebook. And kung wala yun, wala talaga akong guide in my day. But yes, I think you really have to handle your time very well so that magampanan mo all of your responsibilities and duties, not just in pageantry, but in life as well.
It looks like you're very much organized, systematic, and brave.
Yes.
Diba? So, what fears Chelsea then? What fears Chelsea?
Wow, that's actually a good question. Kasi sa totoo lang po, natatakot din ako ng tao. And yes, kahit na sumakay lang po ng aeroplano, nanginginig po ako. And sorry, but I'm also scared of dogs. Just share ko lang. But I think what really makes me scared is if I will not perform. Because I really love performing on stage. I don't know why. Feeling ko, stage is my home. And I feel so comfortable on stage. Remember my talent last week? Shakira, whatever, wherever. I wasn't feeling very well. I got a fever and I was having a hard time in breathing because of my clogged nose. But then, I still performed because I like it. I love what I am doing. So, if hindi ko nagawa siguro yung mga bagay na yun, sobrang nakakatakot and at the same time, very unfortunate. Aww, sorry naman.
So, good luck,
Thank
Chelsea,
you
and
po.
see more of you.
Hi, Ganap!
Okay na gabi na ako. Hindi na
okay na
nga
gabi.
adlaw.
Oo, hindi na adlaw. Alright, this is Jay from Pageant Veteran, and my question for you is, what inspiring story would you like to share with us as a candidate of Binibining Pilipinas?
Well, aside from my pageant experience, I think one of the things that I really love to highlight is, yun nga po, my family background. I think that would really make me so relatable to a lot of people because of my story, my very nakakaiyak na story. So I think I already shared it earlier that I'm actually adopted and that my mother is now working in Jordan. And actually, birthday niya po kahapon. So I greeted her with so much love and respect. Because I really respect her. Imagine, she's working there for almost 10 years now just to provide a good life for her children. So, yun po ang gusto kong i-highlight.
Another follow-up question. So, who is Chelsea on and off cam?
Well, Chelsea Fernandez is Chelsea Fernandez on and off cam. I think that even when I'm on stage and off stage, I'm still the same person. The lovely, the bubbly. Actually, I'm also friendly, di lang halata. And although I'm really struggling with talking to a lot of people, I'm still me. One of the things that you really don't know me, I really don't know about me is that I'm a frugal person. Pero feeling ko alam ni Sir Paul. I really love saving up my money. And I still remember, share ko lang po, I still remember when I was in elementary, I would run back home from school on purpose and I would just have saved the money which should have been for my fare. And I unwittingly trained myself into becoming a better runner. And that was when my teacher found out that I really love to run. So he recruited me and I became instantly part of the track and field. So imagine, dahil nagbukuripot lang ako, naging part pa po ako ng track and field team. And I got to represent our school in division level meets. And I also won in that competition. Although I didn't continue it na po. Kasi yun nga, I focused on my pageant career.
Yan, man. Advance congratulations.
Uy, damo nga salamat.
Laban mga waray.
Laban mga waray.
Thank you so much.
May isog kita.
Ha?
May isog
Oo,
kita.
isog kita.
Yes. Thank you po.
Thank you, dear.
Hi, Chelsea. Ready? Okay, Chelsea, I only have one question for you. And this is extracted from an iconic question back in 1994. What is the essence of being a pro-media athlete?
The essence of being a pro media athlete is not just to be a beauty queen, but you really have to work hard in your dreams and goals in life. And I think one of the reasons why I'm also here, because Sir Paul saw that in me. He saw that this girl is determined to get all the things that he really want in her life. And I'm just so grateful that I am now sitting here and answering your question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jay.
Hello, Chelsea. Madali lang ang question ko. What is your favorite event sa Binibining Pilipinas?
Wow, actually,
And why?
yeah, actually lahat po. But my most favorite is definitely when we are all complete, the 40 Binibinis. I really love the strong bond that we already have created inside the Binibining Pilipinas pageant. And I actually have an older sister, and she is now in Tacloban City. And despite of our distance from each other, I still feel her authentic love and support for me. And I also found that same genuine love and support now in Binibining Pilipinas pageant. And we may have come from different walks of life, but we are one. We are here to uplift each other. And as what I have said earlier, I really love the bond that we have created and the hope of making a long-lasting friendship. So I really love that. And to be honest, I didn't just find a sisterhood in the competition. I found a family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Edmond. I think nakakalimutan niyo, Sir Edmond, na meet tayo way back in 2013. Oo, during Miss Novaliches. Pero nakalimutan mo na siguro yung Sir Edmond. Sir, ipapakita ko sa yung photo. May photo tayo together. Yes.
Oh my God, Sir Edmond.
So since 2013, 13 years old ako nun, Sir Edmond. Hindi ko kayo makakalimutan.
Hala!
Yes.
Bata pa daw siya nun, Sir.
Ako parang Miss Teen and Miss Novaliches. Yes. Pamakita ko, Sir.
Inabot ba tayo ng
Matutuwa ako.
alas 5 noon?
Not sure, pero parang,
Yes, I remember. Inabot tayo ng alas 5 noon.
Inspiration of Miss World. Pamorning
Yes,
na
pamorning na ng pageant. Wala pang nakakaabot doon.
Sa dito daw ako magtatanong siya.
Sino nag-pen ako si Fernie pala muna?
2013.
Next na yun.
Ilang years.
Hi, Chelsea. Advance congratulations. My question for you is, can you give us maybe 2 or 3 beauty queen that you would want to emulate, and what public characteristics that are best and you would want to, that you identify with pala? Ano yung mga characteristic na meron din sila na you would want to emulate and identify with?
Well, I actually don't have a specific beauty queen na idol. people because all of them are really gorgeous and that they are also advocate of different causes. So if I were to choose three or two to three beauty queens, for sure, I would choose Miss Lara Kigaman, Miss Melanie Marquez, and well, Miss International winners. Yes, Miss Leia Rose Santiago or Miss Kylie Versosa. Yes, Miss Stella Araneta. Number one. And I think one of the things that we have in common is that we are dedicated in the things that we do, and that we are really focused on the things that we really want.
Good luck.
Thank you. Arvin.
Hi, Mana.
Mana.
Good evening. My first question, what do you do for fun?
Ooh, well, I actually love playing ukulele. Yes, and I love to know more new songs. And I also love singing and dancing. And one of the things that I also love is I love watching thrillers, psychological thriller or thriller documentaries. So, ang saya ko kapag nakakanood ng gano'n, Mars. Mga Mars ko kayo lahat.
Last questions. What do you miss about your province? Tacloban City.
Well, I really miss eating chocolate moron. Yes, di ba? With butter and peanut in it. I really love and miss eating chocolate moron because it is also one of my favorite delicacies in Tacloban City. And I just hope someday I'm going to share it with all of you. I'm gonna bring moron, chocolate moron, because it's really special in our province. And binagol as well. But if I were to choose binagol between moron, of course I will choose moron. The best talaga ang moron. And iba po talaga ang gawa ng mga waray doon pagdating sa chocolate moron. Thank you!
Hi, Chelsea.
Sir Man.
My namesake.
Chelsea.
Just like you, I'm a frugal person. Yes. I do save the coins I receive them. After 6 months, I deposit it in them. Also, the 20% discount I received, I set aside. Then,
Magkakasundo tayo, sir. Pero bawal tayo magsama.
yeah, it should be the opposite. Okay, my question is, in your bio, you mentioned that you are interested in doing a docu-film on the lives of the people you helped during the pandemic. What title would you give to it, to the film?
Well, if I were to give a title on my future documentation, definitely I would, well, it's actually a hard question. I didn't think of it. But if I were to make a title about it, I think Rise Filipinos. Like Rise Up, das dash Filipinos. With that documentation, I could tell to a lot of people, not just across the country, but across the world, the stories of Filipinos, especially those Filipinos who are really working so hard in their life just to, give a food on their family, or to offer food on the table for their family. So I think if I will showcase that to the entire world, for sure my future organization would be big enough to cater a lot of Filipinos that really helpless and in need.
Very good. Second
Pwede,
question.
pwede.
What if your role model, Cara David, will do a docu-film on your personal life? What title would you give it?
Oh, astig yun. I think I would choose
Because I'm Chelsea.
Fearless Chelsea.
Wow.
And siguro tatanungin niya sa akin yung mga past experiences ko in life. Not just in pageantry, but in life in general. So I think that would be a good name for a documentation. The Fearless Chelsea.
Final question. Any plan or plans in the near future to become another Cara David?
Wow, actually, yes. I don't know where did you find that information
Well,
po. Yes, but Cara David is actually my inspiration. That's why I took up mass communication major in broadcasting, and I really love all of her documentaries. So, I do not think that I'm going to pursue that career. I'm really happy with what I have right now. I'm really happy with my pageant career. And my next goal and my next step is actually to build my own business someday. Yes. But of course, if I were given a chance to, showcase my talent in speaking and in broadcasting, I think I would also get that opportunity. But in the near future, I think siguro mga 2 to 3 years from now, never. Hindi po ata muna.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Best of
you
luck.
po. Thank you.